It's about life, love, and liberation.
One of the OG original street warriors. Images shape your reality. Brother Amon, Rashidi.
Hip-hop has infiltrated every single facet of American culture.
The same necklaces charge the same price with the same lyrical content of a heartbeat needed to the beat.
Don't nobody stand for nothing.
Whoever controls the minds of your children controls the destiny of your race.
These words may end up being something that may save your life.
Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. Amon,
Black and I'm proud. When is this gonna end? Look at all the different colors of our skin. Black is not our color, it's our core. It's what we've been living and fighting and dying for. But if you choose to be called African American and that's your preference, then I give you that preference. But I know on this issue I don't stand alone on my own. And if I do, then let me be me. And I'd appreciate it if when you see me, you say, there goes a man who says it loud. I'm black, and I'm proud. Because I love being black. I love being called black. Yeah, I said it, and I don't take it back.
Y'all know what that was. That was Love Being Black, baby. We back in the building
right.
as usual. I am the capital Uncn, and tonight we're going to be getting into something so critical, something that affects over 50 million people in America, man. It's going to be crazy.
Well, what is that?
And that is pills of poison. That's the topic brought to us by my man, none other than PG13. We got a special guest in the house to talk to us about how the pharmaceutical industry is basically making us more sicker and not more healthy.
Well, first of all, I want to give a big shout out to my boys with Love Being Black, Third Root. Big up to Lasana
Straight
Hotel.
out of San Antonio.
Yeah, I mean that's a cold group, and for Smokey Robinson to be a part of it, and not to mention, even the storyline behind the fact that these Chicano brothers met with these black brothers and they end up living together. That's a serious story,
man.
And one of these cats is a PhD, in case you didn't know, that Mexican cat that's rapping. So that's a unique song and a unique situation, and most people don't know that. So when you get Griot music, you get something that's very uniquely different.
Absolutely.
But back to the pills of poison. I got interested in this because a part of our national agenda for black youth was addressing the issues that affect black youth. One of those systemic issues is, first of all, being pre-exposed to too many drugs too early. And one of those being Ritalin, Prozac, Concerta, all the different drugs that I see when your child is hyper. Next thing you know, you got to put them on a drug. When I was hyper, I was taking off sugar. And if I was daydreaming, I didn't have attention deficit, so I got a whooping. So there were different things they used to resolve that. I know in 1984, there was an article written by Harvard Graduate School, and they were asking what would we be doing with the crack child 20 years from now.
Wow.
So they were forecasting this new drug and the circumstantial side effects it was going to have. So I guess that's where we are now. Pharmaceutical companies making millions and billions and probably trillions of dollars.
Yes, the pharmaceutical companies, from what I told, they make 2 to 3 times more than any other Fortune 500 companies in America today,
the real
or
drug
in
dealers.
the world. So we know who the real drug dealers are, man. We got a couple of other guests that are not on the show that I'm going to reference this evening for times that you want to be and research this topic yourself, because I think it's very important, because this is an extension of what we talked about last week, being that empowering people to empower themselves and us being able to stand up and quit being dependent on media and other people for information. That's part of the 7-step program to us developing our independence as a people. And even though we talk about the black man first, it's necessary, because if we look in the mirror, that's who we see. So naturally, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing racist about that. That's actually intelligent. Nobody is actually going to help you or support you until you help and support yourself. That is the formula. And with that being said, we need to begin, as we will do later on with the Core Addiction Healing Experience, begin to take control of our health and begin to take control of how we feel on a daily basis, rather than somebody else dictating that to us via what they feel like is necessary, causing us only to be consumers of the information in the product that they sell.
Well, one of the things that my father died of heart disease, but prior to my father dying of heart disease, my father had 2 heart attacks and he had a stroke. I had an auntie that passed away because she had diabetes. I have another auntie who has lupus. Most of the people in my family didn't die of violent death. They died of death in a hospital bed. And Dick Gregory said a long time ago, the Revolutionary War, when we are destroyed, we won't be destroyed by somebody with a machine gun. You're going to die in hospital bed sweating because you can't protect yourself. And I think that's where we are. We don't, we got food groups that aren't really food groups.
Absolutely.
We got folks, we got folks talking about something that's natural, which is as far as being as artificial can get.
Right.
But we got new terminology to justify it.
And it's interesting that you say that, because 50 to 60% of the deaths in America occur in hospitals are a direct result of something that happened
Right.
in a hospital. That's the highest rate of staph infection. That's the highest rate of infection takes place in a hospital or a hospital setting. And they are there to facilitate or to carry on illness, because without the illness, there wouldn't be industry for health or so-called health.
Well, I want to say this too. I know you said you got about 1 minute left. Thank you, PG. One of the things I saw when I was in London and when I was in Birmingham, London, England, was all these new hospitals, and they were mental hospitals in black communities. So many children that were being diagnosed of having paranoid schizophrenia, acute paranoid schizophrenia. And just earlier to this week, a guy walks into me, he happened to be in the post office, we started talking about it, and I mentioned to him, he was telling me, my son was diagnosed with acute paranoid schizophrenia. But when we come back, we want to address that.
No doubt.
See what the core of
As
that
a matter of
is.
fact, one of the studies that I'm going to reference
7 years old now,
from Dr. Gwen Olsen actually comes out of the UK in stating that the whole psychotic drug industry is a sham in and of itself. But before that, we're going to get back into what we need to eat, which is Big Creek and Raphael Sadiq Soul
that's my
Food,
song.
baby. When we get back,
Put it
we'll
on,
holler at
y'all.
you, the Griot Nation.
Holla black.
Good season.
Out here in this world, just trying to make it. Everything I see, sometimes I can't take it, but damn, I really miss those times. That soul food's on my mind.
Grandma's hands used to usher Sunday mornings. Now before Sunday school, I hustle and I'm on it. I can't slow down now. $1 and